Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Shannon. This is Cosmic Goddess Healing. Welcome in to my beautiful divine feminines, my divine masculines, my star seeds, my soul tribe. Welcome, welcome, welcome to anybody who feels aligned to come in and watch my content and my videos. I'm incredibly grateful for those of you who choose to subscribe, like, comment. This helps my messages get out to more viewers. And I'm just growing. I only started this channel back in October, and what a journey it's been already. And I'm really grateful as I watch my subscribers increase and my community grow, I guess, which is what I wanted with this channel. If you're new to me, I would say my readings are predominantly about your personal empowerment and your life purpose. That's mostly what I find my readings are about. I do readings from the ancestors, and when I say ancestors, I'm tapping into the Native American or Aboriginal ancestors as well as Egyptian ancestors. And it was 111 on the time when I said that. These are the predominant ancestors I connect with and tap into. I also do starseed channeled readings. I believe I am a Pleiadian starseed. If you don't know what a starseed is, I highly recommend you go and investigate. So I do channel starseed information as well and do starseed readings. I have channeled a being named Chiron. Chiron is from Greek mythology. There's other videos on that if you want to check that out. I basically just open myself as a channel and I allow spirit to work through me to help give guidance and information to my viewers. Um, Messages are not going to fit with everybody. These are general readings. I say take what fits with your story and leave the rest for somebody else, because I believe my readings do touch on many different things. The whole thing might not be for you, and that's okay. If you feel aligned with any part of the information, though, just again, take that, leave the rest for somebody else that'll be coming in and watching. So the decks that I felt guided to use today was Kyle Gray, and this is weird because a couple of weekends ago I bought Kyle Gray's book on how to raise your vibration, and I kept thinking, where have I seen that name? Why does that name seem so familiar to me? Well, duh, it's because I have his freaking Oracle deck, and I only just put that together today, and I've had the book for a couple of weeks now, but I felt guided to pull in the Keeper of the Light deck. And then I was also drawn to the Spirit Oracle deck. And then I haven't used this one in a while, but Ask Your Guides was the other deck that I felt drawn to this morning. I haven't even done a pre shuffle. I feel like I'm supposed to be starting with the Keepers of the Light. Okay, whoa. I didn't even get to properly shuffle that, and four cards have already come out. So I'm going to keep them. The cards, oh my, I have never actually seen four cards come out that are all male energy. I've never seen this. There's usually a balance or majority of it is feminine energy. So this is kind of wild. So the cards that came out were Paul the Venetian, Experiencing Grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Paul the Venetian. And then Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Wow, very, very powerful male energies coming in. And then we have Dual Cool, and I'm probably saying this wrong, so please correct me if you know this. Dharma Unfolding. This feels kind of Buddhist, like maybe he's obviously connected to Buddhism. The card says, remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Dharma Unfolding. Wow. This has a beautiful energy to it, this card. And then the last card out of this deck is Hilarion, Divine Healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Right away, what I'm picking up on, and I'm going to I'm going to actually, before I fully get into my interpretation and what I'm sensing, I am going to grab more cards, but on the initial pull of these cards, what I'm feeling is perhaps somebody out there that's going to be watching this. You're finally kind of experiencing your gifts. Maybe it's psychic gifts, sensitivities, you read energy, whatever psychic abilities there, there's all the different ones, the clairsentient, clairaudient, whichever one that you identify with. I feel like you're starting to work with these gifts, but you're also learning that working with these gifts, if you don't protect yourself or if you don't um, sort of retreat, like it said, and go back and recharge, you're finding you're getting drained really quickly. I sense doubt in there as well. I sense that there's still a lot of doubt creeping in when it comes to your abilities and your gifts. You're not fully trusting yet that you even have these gifts, but I can sense that you're starting to dabble in them a little bit. You're starting to work with them a little bit. Maybe it's with tarot cards. Maybe you've gotten your own decks and you're practicing with them every day. Maybe you're doing readings for other family members. Maybe you went and took a Reiki course and you have been practicing doing Reiki on others. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, whatever modality you've been tapping into and practicing, I think you're starting to see that some things fill you up energetically and some things drain you. And this is people, places, and things. Certain places you can go to drain your energy. Don't go to those places. People, if you're spending time, I mean, Rachel and I talked about this when I did the joint reading with Rachel, about certain people you can spend your time with that are just energy vampires. They just suck you dry. They leave feeling wonderful, and you leave that interaction feeling completely drained. Don't spend a lot of time with those types of people. You really have to start protecting yourself and protecting your energy, especially as you move towards this path of using your gifts more. And I really had to learn this as an empath, and maybe you're an empath as well, where I was just kind of going out into the world, not really understanding my gifts. And I was taking on all this energy around me, all these people's energy. And you know what? A good example, I had to go downtown Toronto yesterday for work. And you're packed like a sardine in these public transit trains and the subway systems. You're crammed, like so many bodies crammed up against you. And I got home yesterday and I didn't even have the energy to go to the gym. And in all honesty, I didn't really protect myself properly, knowing I was going downtown. I wore my weird, and I don't have it on right now, so I need to go get it. I wore my Airs necklace. That amulet you see me wearing all the time is a company called Airs, and it protects you from EMF radiation, or like energy getting into your field, because that energy can cause headaches and so many other things. I don't know the science behind it. Please go check it out if you feel guided. I have no affiliation with them. I just think it's a really great product. And since I've been wearing that necklace, I don't get headaches. I used to get headaches probably 4 times a week, because I'm working around computers all day and lights and all this EMF energy I was absorbing as a sensitive, as an empath. I was more affected by it than normal people, or people that aren't as tapped into their sensitivities. So maybe that's another thing. As an empath, you're starting to realize that maybe some of the emotions you've been feeling aren't even yours, but you've been feeling these lower dense emotions like they're yours. But you're starting to understand that this is the collective consciousness energy that you've been tapping into. It's not actually your energy. And once you can start to decipher what's my energy, what's outside energies that I'm absorbing, you kind of can control it a little bit better, or have you don't allow the outside energies in, is what I'm trying to say. You can start protecting yourself more. And it's a simple technique in protecting your energy is just simply saying, close your eyes, Take a few deep breaths. Please protect me with the white light of the Holy Spirit. Please, as I go into this space where I'm going to be surrounded by people, where I'm going to be surrounded by electronics, please, universe, keep a shield of white light protection around me as I go into my day, as I step into this corporate office that I'm working in. Please keep my energy field safe and protected. And you can envision this beautiful white light of energy coming in and completely surrounding you. And you're in this like egg of light, this beautiful protection of light. So that is a technique you can use every day if you're starting to feel like as an empath, you're being really affected by the people around you, or maybe you have to work in a really busy office space where there are a lot of people and a lot of unhappy people working in that space, and you're taking on all of their energies. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can keep yourself protected and safe. And it was 11:11 as I said that on the timer. And you can still go into that job until you're able to create something else in terms of a career, unless you're happy in that corporate job. I don't know many people who are, to be honest. I mean, I love what I'm doing now and I am in the corporate world, but this isn't what I want forever. I don't want to be bound by somebody else's rules, by somebody else's clock. I want the freedom to be able to do what I want in my life and create the things that I want in my life. And I feel imprisoned when I'm in this corporate world. And I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way, but that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to move on to the Spirit Oracle and see, why was I guided to this deck? What further information or messages can I share with my viewer? Spirit, please show me, why did you guide me to this deck? Oh, that's way too many, way too many. Why did you guide me to this deck today, Spirit? Can you please show me what cards you want me to share with the viewer to enhance the message that we're already giving? Thank you. Okay, so 3 cards came out. Oh my God, this Kuan Yin again. Kuan Yin is a beautiful, beautiful guide that I was told by another healer at one of my spiritual retreats that walks with me. So, Kuan Yin, love and compassion, a time of healing. You are being showered with love and light. Accept this gift. A newfound joy for life will replace your sadness. Yeah, like maybe I am picking up on somebody that is just feeling so entrapped by their career, by their job. I'm going to call it a job, not a career. Maybe you're feeling so trapped by this job you have to go to every day and you hate it. You don't want to be going to this job every day. You feel like a prisoner. You feel bound by somebody else's rules, bound by clocking in and clocking out. You don't feel free. You feel totally imprisoned like a bird in a cage. And maybe this reading is for somebody that is starting to recognize that your gifts is the path that you're being asked to take now. Yes, you might have to stay in this job you dislike for now, but it's temporary. This is temporary and it will change. And as you start working with your gifts and trusting your intuition, it's going to guide you, and Kuan Yin is guiding you in your next steps. Kuan Yin is here to help free you from this job that you can't stand going to anymore. And maybe it's not a job. Maybe for somebody else, you're in a relationship that you feel trapped in. It can be any scenario that it's about feeling trapped, feeling like you have no way out, feeling like I need this in some way or shape or form to survive. So you can interpret whatever that is for you that you're feeling sort of ensnared in, like trapped in. Um, but I believe all of these masculine energies, this is very strong masculine energy, and then beautiful, soft, feminine energy coming through. It's like one deck was masculine, and this other deck is coming in with softer feminine energies, but they're all coming in to say, we've got you. This is temporary. This situation that you're trapped in, it's an illusion. You do not have to stay trapped in this thing anymore. We are helping guide you. We are helping to release the fear of change, the fear of potentially quitting that job and stepping into something different that you love. And I'm not telling anybody to go quit their jobs and trust that everything's going to be fine. Obviously not. Please don't do that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is other opportunities are going to start to present themselves that are going to allow you to be able to calmly, easily transition from this corporate job into something else that you really, really love, that's going to bring you the income that you need to be able to free yourself from this job, this romance. I don't even want to call it a romance, a romantic relationship, something you feel very trapped in. I just heard it could even be like a living situation, like oh my God, why can't I think today? A roommate, a roommate. This could even be like you're living with someone and you feel like you can't afford to live out on your own. You don't have a choice but to stay living with this roommate, but like this roommate is negative and brings a lot of negative energy. Like, I don't know why I heard that, but clearly somebody that's going to be watching this, that's your situation. And Spirit wanted me to say that to give you evidence, to give you evidence that this message is for you. And maybe you needed to hear that so that you could align it with your story. So I'm going to leave that there. But I strongly feel like you're being guided out of this situation you feel trapped in. The next card is Instinct, another very feminine energy. Follow your natural instincts. You are making the current issue more complicated than it needs to be. Trust in the universe. Allow your intuition to guide you. You are always safe. I am feeling resistance with this card. Like you're resisting, you're angry. Why, God? Why do I have to live with this roommate? Why, God, do I have to go work at this corporate job that I hate? You're in, perhaps you go in and out of these states of resistance, states of just being angry, feeling like a victim in a way. And I'm guilty of that. I've been there. I had a little moment this morning of that. And I quickly pivoted to focusing on something more positive. And I'm working with this beautiful girl, Araya Amenti. She came out with this dream life sleep hypnosis technique, and I bought it, and it was not even that expensive. It was $29 US. So what did I do this morning? As soon as I started feeling victimhood and why are my finances not getting better, I immediately came over to my station here, my filming area, my spiritual altar, and I started writing out my dream life hypnosis. Um, why am I can't I think this morning? I basically had to write out my dream oh my God. My dream life hypnosis story. My script. That was the friggin' word I was looking for. I wrote my script. And that immediately got me out of poor me. I'm a victim. I'm broke. Why is my debt getting bigger? I don't have enough money to pay for the things that I want to do in my life. This is not fair. And I immediately came over here and started writing my dream life script. And it got me out of that negative thinking. And maybe that this needed to come up for you to say, staying in that victimhood, staying in that, why is things not working? This isn't helping you. Staying in that state of anger and blame and why does someone else get to have this life that I want? You can create this too. And I'm learning this myself. I really am. We are creators. We are meant to create, and we have more power over our lives than we realize. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm saying this has happening to me too, where I find myself, it's easier sometimes to be like, why God are you doing this to me? Well, he's not. God isn't doing anything to us. We have created this by our beliefs, by what we taste, touch, hear, smell, and see. Our old experiences create our current realities. So it's about rewriting the script. Thank you, Spirit. Rewrite your script. I highly recommend you go purchase that $29 program that Aria Amenti came out with. It's not that expensive. I think it's a beautiful program, and I'm going to start listening to it tonight when I go to bed. So maybe you need to find a different script, because the one that you're currently in, and I don't think this is all the time. I think sometimes you're really in your power. You know your gifts, you know you have the ability to create, but then as you move through that, you don't see any evidence. You don't see change. You don't see another career option presenting itself. You don't see more money coming in to get rid of that nasty roommate. And it could be bound in love because you're afraid you can't afford to go live out on your own. So you have to stay in this relationship. Whatever your reason is, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. And you will find a solution to move out of this. But I think it's about staying calm, not resisting what's currently is. I'm not resisting. I have debt. That's the simple fact. I have debt. I'm not going to resist that anymore. It is what it is. This is temporary. And I know that one day money is going to come in where I'm not going to be in that state of debt anymore. But I have to keep working through my relationship with money, because that's what is the block for me. And maybe it's about realizing, where are your blocks? Where are they coming from? What needs to be looked at and what needs to be healed? This is getting really long. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to go on this long. Faith is the last card. There are no obstacles in your way. Follow your heart. The path is safe. The way ahead clear. Have faith. Wow. What a beautiful confirmation. Have faith. That's what I'm talking about right now. It's about trusting. Don't look at the evidence. The evidence is illusion sometimes. Don't look at that. Just stay within yourself, stay within your power, trust what is coming up ahead, trust that things are going to shift. Like, look at me in my career, even. I thought for sure I was going to be stuck in that sales role forever that I absolutely hated, and it changed. Soon as I said I'm ready and I want something different, the universe shifted things for me and at least moved me into a much easier, low stress position within that corporate world. And it doesn't even feel like corporate for me right now. The job I have does not feel corporate in any way, shape, or form. I love what I'm doing. I get to develop others. I get to teach new hires. I get to do what I love right now. So it doesn't feel corporate, although I am still bound to somebody else's clock. And I don't like that. So I do want to break free from that. And that's what I'm working on. So the cards that came out are gifts, joy guides. You're opening up to your gifts now. You're starting to recognize these gifts. Discipline, master teacher. Yes, you're learning discipline now. You're learning, to hone in on those gifts, to practice them every day, to stop resisting things, to not be a victim anymore. You are learning to master yourself, to master your gifts. You are. And then partnerships and love, nature spirits. I feel like this is saying, like, you are going to move into a healthier place when it comes to your relationships. And this is for the person that's in a loveless relationship, but they feel trapped right now because they don't think they can afford to go live on their own. That's a lie. That's an illusion. You can, you will. The universe is bringing more loving partnerships in your life, but they can't do that until you close the door. You have to make the choice to walk through fear and to trust that even though you can't see what's coming ahead, you're going to take the first step and leap. It's about making a first choice. Shut the door on the old so new doors can open for you. Competition, warrior guides. I feel like you're starting to build your strength. To me, this is about strength. This feels tribal. This feels very tribal. Ancestors, like the ancestors are giving you the strength to go forward. The ancestors are definitely here with you right now. I mean, Odin, look at some of these. and maybe you relate to Viking times, to Odin. And then life force, Aphrodite, you are waking up to your power. You are standing and stepping into your power more fiercely. You're learning to trust. And I feel like as you do that, as you continue to trust what's up ahead, even though you can't see it, that's when the evidence is going to shift for you. That's when you're going to start to see the evidence that things are changing, that you don't have to be a prisoner to whatever this situation is anymore. You are everything, guys. Remember that. You are everything. You are unlimited. You have the power to create any life you choose. You are not a victim. No more. No more victimhood. As of today, you are going to empower yourself and you're going to take the steps to start changing your circumstances. You do not have to stay a prisoner of this anymore. You do not have to stay stuck in that job you hate. Start looking for something else and let spirit guide you. But you need to take action. You need to take the first step. You need to have self-discipline and discipline in practicing your gifts every day. Have some sort of a spiritual practice that you go to every day. Find ways to heal the things that are blocking you. Don't just wait. Don't just wait for things to change, because that's not, you need to be proactive here. But proactive in the sense of, I feel I'm being guided to something. I feel strongly I'm supposed to go to this event, or I feel strongly that I'm supposed to join this yoga class. That's the guidance you are meant to follow. Follow that guidance and just trust it and let go of the evidence right now. I'm trying to do the same. Just release the need to have the evidence and just start trusting. Start trusting that the state you're in is temporary if you're not happy with it, and you have the ability to change it. I'm going to leave it there. This was so long. Thank you to anybody who stuck with me right to the end of this. I don't like making videos this long typically, but this was the message. So I really hope it helps somebody out there. I love you. Have a blessed day. Mwah.